Hello guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be looking at another piece of gear. This is the Agilite Mag-Release Dump Pouch in multicam. And the backstory to this is a few weeks back I built a shooter's belt for under £150. So this was a budget build, and the products I sourced off AliExpress. And in the video I didn't mention at the time, but the products I really liked, they were all copies or budget versions of Agilite gear. So if you look at this pouch, this is essentially a copy of the Agilite general purpose pouch. This is a copy of the Agilite MD2 IFAK. And then we've got the mag pouches, the 5.56 mag pouch, pistol pouch, and also this belt, all copies of Agilite products. So because I was so impressed by the quality of these pouches, these copies from AliExpress, I wanted to buy an actual Agilite product just to compare in terms of quality and see whether the premium price is worth it. So I purchased this product myself with my own money, so I'm not affiliated with Agilite in any way, shape or form. So I'm going to give you my honest feedback on what I think of it, the good, the bad, whether you should be spending your hard-earned money on this. So let's get into it. First things first, let's talk about what this actually costs. Direct from Agilite's website, this costs €59.29, already pretty expensive. Now bolt on €30 for shipping to the UK, that's €89.29 total, which works out to about £78 depending on exchange rates. I went a different route, bought mine from tacticalkit.co.uk, a UK supplier. It cost me £59.99 for the pouch, plus £5.99 shipping, so for a total of £65.98. Still not cheap, but cheaper than importing it direct. Now keep that figure in mind, £66 all in, because I can get a decent dump pouch, same multicam material, same PU lining off AliExpress for about £20. That's a third of the price. The question is this genuine Agilite product 3 times better than the budget version? Let's find out. So what is the Mag-Release Dump Pouch and what's it supposed to do? The concept is quite simple. It's a collapsible dump pouch and it sits folded on your belt. When you need it, you deploy it with just one hand. The mag release part refers to the release mechanism. So instead of having to manually unfold the pouch, you pull out a magazine and it springs open automatically, like so. This allows me to just dump an empty mag straight in there. And to put the dump pouch back on again, so after I've re-indexed my magazine, I can just pull on this bungee cord again, just wrap it on the magazine, and it's back up again. Right, let's go through some of the features of this dump pouch. Firstly, there's 2 mounting systems. One is to mount the pouch directly onto the belt using the magazine pouch. So what you'll do is you'll use the strap of the magazine pouch, you'll weave that through the molly holes at the back of the dump pouch. This is how I've got it set up at the moment, and the benefit of this is it saves real estate on your belt. You don't have to have a space dedicated to your dump pouch. You also need to mount it in this configuration if you want to do the quick release functionality. If you didn't mount it this way, then you would rely on this flap here, which comes with the pouch. And this flap, so it has molly straps on the back, so you would weave this through the molly holes at the back of the dump pouch. And then rather than using this bungee to keep the pouch closed when it's not in use, you would then use the Velcro on the back of the flap to Velcro close the pouch with the Velcro patch at the back. So those are the 2 mounting options. Now going through some of the other features, we've got bungee cord here with a cord lock, so you can adjust the opening of the dump pouch. This is so you can cinch the pouch down, so it's just big enough essentially for you to punch your hand in, put your empty magazines and then take your hand out. So this stops your magazine bouncing out. If you've got it wide open, it's easier for you to lose a magazine when you're moving it about. Also on the bottom of the pouch, you've got this mesh multicam fabric, and this allows dirt and water to leave the dump pouch. So this is actually quite important, especially for water. If you wade through a river and your dump pouch fills up, you're going to be carrying a lot of weight. So the fact that it's mesh at the bottom allows the water to escape really quickly. So that's quite a nice feature. Right, so what are my thoughts on this pouch? So firstly, I do really like the auto deploy functionality. So the use of this elastic cord to wrap around the magazine for quick release. So that's a really innovative feature which I haven't seen on other dump pouches. And the pouch itself is just well thought out, so it allows you different mounting options, and the mesh for drainage is a really nice feature. The materials are really good, so we've got nylon, it's nylon webbing, and then it's PU line to help with waterproofing. No issues with the quality. What I would say though is, given the different mounting options, I think it would have been nice if they had put a bit of Velcro here on the front. This just allows you a secondary way to close the flap when it's deployed, so not just relying on this cord. So sometimes when you're using dump pouches, you want to carry other items in there, you may not want to use this cord lock. You want to cover the top so it's more of a secure fit. Other than that, no complaints of this pouch. It's a really decent pouch. Another thing I really like is that it's very rigid. So with dump pouches, when it's a bit too floppy, it can be quite hard to get your hand into the pouch to dump your magazine. So a case in point is this really cheapo dump pouch which I got. Because this pouch doesn't have the rigidity, it sort of just flattens down when it's not in use, and then it's a bit more difficult to get your hand in, especially if it's riding low on your belt kit. But this pouch here has that rigidity about it on the opening, so you've essentially always got a hole for you to target, so it's a nice opening to get your hand in there. The only thing that really I mark this pouch down on is the cost. Realistically, £66 for a pouch, and that's the cheapest one I could find. That is quite an expensive dump pouch, especially considering you can get similar quality pouches on AliExpress for a fraction of the price. Now I had a look at where this pouch was made, and on the packaging it says it's made in Vietnam and it's quality A1, so it's the top manufacturing process essentially in Vietnam. Now I've been to Vietnam and it's cheap as chips out there, so I managed to get a North Face duffel bag, which in the UK would cost about £160, and it cost me about £10 there. These weren't fake products, these are known as like production overruns. So what they realise, a lot of these Western companies, if they don't allow the local to make these production overruns and sell it on local markets, they will just create fake versions, and that sort of diminishes the brand. So what these companies do is they allow these manufacturers to actually manufacture extra ones for the local market, and they sell it out essentially pretty much close to cost. So I know Vietnam is quite cheap to manufacture products, and it's much cheaper to manufacture stuff in Vietnam than it does in China. And then you have products such as this. So these are a couple of products which I've got from AliExpress. So this dump pouch here, this dump pouch here. These are different kinds of dump pouches, but they are pretty similar in terms of quality to the Agilite dump pouch. It doesn't have the branding, but it's got similar kind of materials, similar PU lining, and they cost about 20 quid. Realistically, if you're squatty, if you're on a private pay, you're earning probably around £60, £70 a day. I don't really think it's worth dropping that money on a dump pouch. It's literally essentially a gash bag for your magazines. Yeah, something to bear in mind. But if you got the money, then yeah, and you like the pouch, then yeah, by all means go for it. This sort of mag release retention system is quite a nice feature. So if you want this feature, I don't think any other manufacturer makes something similar where the dump pouch deploys with the magazine. I mean, something to debate is whether you actually need this feature. I would argue that really you don't need it. It's sort of like a nice feature if you can afford it, but realistically, before an actual firefight, you're going to deploy your dump pouch anyway, and it doesn't take much to deploy a dump pouch. So final verdict, decent dump pouch, a little bit on the pricey side. Only recommended if you've got the money and you're willing to splash out on a more premium product. In terms of value for money, I wouldn't say it's particularly great value for money, but there you go. These big brands, they do charge quite premium for their products. So this is the reason a lot of their products are copied, and there's a lot of knockoffs floating around. That's it for today's video. Let me know what you think, and if you got the product and if you used it, just put that in the comments below. And until the next video, thanks for watching.